we're going to go on offense. We're going to go on offense on ideas and give the country a bold alternative agenda because we don't think the country's heading in the right direction right now. We think the last 7 years have been bad years for advancing the American idea, for helping hardworking taxpayers, for helping working people who are struggling to get ahead. We need to go a different direction, and we owe it to the country to show that different direction. So that's what we're going to focus on.
Yeah, right after they sign away a budget for 2 years. Joining us now is Tom Tancredo, former congressman, of course, 2008 candidate for U.S. president, Breitbart.com columnist. Hello, Tom.
Hello, Steve. How are you?
I'm fine. Okay, so the big news is that for the second time, you are leaving the Republican Party. Now, you did it in 2010, and you formed the American Constitution Party as you ran for governor. But tell us why you're doing it this time.
Yeah, well, first, you have to understand that we did it the first time simply because the American Constitution Party had ballot access. And then when I chose to enter into that race, it was too late to enter as a Republican. So it was just a deal between the two of us, between the party and myself, and they knew that I was not going to stay as an American Constitution Party.
Right, and then you rejoined the Republican Party shortly thereafter, yeah.
So, yeah, well, this time, no, it is a little different. I have left the Republican Party, and I did not do it in order to run in some other party for some other position. The reality is that, I'll tell you exactly what happened. I'm at the debate in Boulder here last week, and I was asked with a couple of other people to come up on stage and respond to some of the students who were in the audience, and they had stuck around for a summary of the debate. So they're lining up. This little girl looks up at me, and she said, well, not a little girl, she's a college student, looks up and says, "I'm thinking about being a Republican. Can you tell me why I should be?" And I gave her the talking point stuff and less government, but I could not feel comfortable in doing so. I couldn't feel good about telling her that, and I mean, it was like choking me. When I got done, I was driving home from Boulder, and I was thinking, man, there's something wrong. If you can't tell somebody with a good conscience, you can't in good conscience say, here's why you should be a Republican. Why are you a Republican? I'm asking myself. And when I got home, I talked to my wife, and I was telling her, man, this is going to be hard, 50 years of Republican registration, but tomorrow I'm leaving, and I did. I can no longer, in good conscience, associate with a party that has never, in the last really 10 years, it has simply abandoned all of the principles that I believed in.
Okay, but so let me play devil's advocate with you
Sure.
here. Isn't it better to stay in the party and try to change it from within? And I know you're not, an elected official any longer, but still, in all, you have a very prestigious name, and you've done a lot of prestigious things. Also, what's the alternative? In other words, are you going to vote for the Democrats, or are you going to vote for possibly a third-party candidate and quote unquote throw your vote away? So, how do you address all of those points?
Sure. This was really just a reflection, Steve, of my own personal angst or conflict with calling myself a Republican. It doesn't mean I'm going to do anything else. I'm not going to vote for Democrats. I'm going to support. In fact, in the article I wrote, I said at the end, if they want me to, if the campaign wants me to, I will head up independents for Cruz. I will vote for any candidate that I believe is the best. It's just I can't, in good conscience, stick with and connect to a party that I don't believe in.
What's the future then of the Republican Party? I mean, we see Paul Ryan. I mean, we know Paul Ryan, as great a guy as he is and as well thought of as he is. I didn't hear him blast the budget deal. I heard him blast the process, but not the deal. And now he comes out today and says what you heard him say, that well, we got to change things. But he sat by and signed away the next 2 years.
And believe me, when I tell you this, please believe me. He pretended to be shocked by it, by the deal, and it was the Casablanca line, right? I'm shocked to find gambling going on in here. It was completely untruthful. There is no way that budget could have been constructed and the deal put together to pass without his knowledge. What they let him do was take a pass in a way and go out and say, oh, I'm shocked by the process here. Well, it's a way to get it to remove him from, as far as they could, from that crappy bill that they passed.
Right.
And so I know Paul. He is a very nice guy, right? Nice guy and very bright.
We got 10 seconds.
Not on our side. He is not on our side on the issues.
Well, that just probably solidified things for you. Listen, we'll talk to you again soon, and we'll get an update from you on where you stand and where you think the party's headed. But thank you, sir, as always. Tom Tancredo. Give Me 5 is next, folks. Don't go away.